Hey there, future retirees. Welcome back to the channel. So, you're thinking about retiring outside of the US? Maybe you're tired of the cold winters, the rising healthcare costs, or just want to sip cocktails on a beach somewhere. Who can blame you, right? But hold up. Before you start packing your bags and heading to the tropics, there are some serious things you need to think about. Should you really retire outside the US? Or is it all just a dream that'll come crashing down when you realize you can't get decent Wi-Fi in that beach hut? In this video, we're going to dive deep into the pros and cons of retiring abroad and whether it's truly the right move for you. So if you're wondering whether you should swap your suburban neighborhood for an exotic beachfront or a cozy mountain villa, stick around because we've got all the answers you need. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more awesome content like this. Oh, and share this video with anyone you know who's been daydreaming about retiring in Bali, Costa Rica, or maybe even the south of France. Alright, let's get to the big question. Should you retire outside of the US? First off, let's talk about why people are even considering retiring abroad in the first place. Spoiler alert. It's not just for the great food and beautiful beaches, although that's definitely a perk. Alright, reason number one, lower cost of living. Picture this. You're living on a beach in Mexico, sipping margaritas and enjoying fresh seafood every day, and it's all costing you less than that overpriced latte you buy every morning back home. Many countries have a significantly lower cost of living compared to the US, especially in terms of housing, food, and services. This can be a game changer if you're living off your savings or a fixed retirement income, so you can get more for your money without sacrificing quality of life. For example, in countries like Thailand, Portugal, or even parts of Central America, you could live comfortably on half the budget you might have in the United States. How's that for a deal? More money for traveling, hobbies, or even just extra margaritas. Reason number two, healthcare. Now, we all know healthcare can be a huge expense in the United States, but in many other countries, healthcare costs are dramatically lower, and the quality, it's top-notch. In places like Mexico, Spain, or even Malaysia, you can access affordable healthcare without having to empty your entire retirement account. Some countries even offer government-sponsored health coverage for foreigners. And guess what? The cost of insurance premiums, usually way less than what you're paying back home. And while we're on the subject of healthcare, have you heard of the medical tourism trend? People are actually flying abroad for cheaper surgeries or procedures. And no, it's not just a trip to get a haircut. You can get anything from dental work to major surgeries done at a fraction of the cost with high-quality care. Now that's something to think about. Alright, let's move to reason number three, lifestyle. For a lot of people, retiring outside of the United States means embracing a slower pace of life. In places like Costa Rica or Italy, life is about enjoying the little things, family, food, and culture. People tend to prioritize work-life balance and community over the hustle and grind that we're so used to in the United States. So if you're looking to slow down and enjoy your golden years, retiring abroad might just be the ticket. Reason number four, tax benefits. Some countries actually offer retirees special tax incentives. For example, Panama, Portugal, and Malaysia all have tax breaks for foreign retirees. This can be especially attractive for those who want to stretch their retirement funds and avoid paying hefty taxes on their retirement income. And I mean, who doesn't love a good tax break, am I right? Reason number five, adventure and culture. For those who are tired of the same old routine, moving abroad is like hitting the refresh button. You get to immerse yourself in a completely new culture, try new foods, and explore places you've never been before. Plus, who wouldn't want to learn a new language? Just think of all the Instagram posts you'll be able to make when you're in a foreign country. Talk about a glow-up. So far, we've covered a lot of the pros of retiring abroad, lower cost of living, healthcare, tax benefits, and the chance for a whole new lifestyle. Sounds pretty great, right? But let's take a step back and look at the cons, because let's face it, no decision is without a downside. Now, don't get me wrong, retiring abroad is an amazing option for many, but it's not for everyone. Let's go over the cons that you should seriously think about before making the big leap. Alright, reason number 1, visa and residency issues. Yeah, I know, it sounds like a nightmare. Many countries require you to jump through hoops to get a long-term visa or residency. Some countries have really complicated paperwork and strict rules about how long you can stay. And if you plan to move permanently, you may have to prove a certain level of income, show you have health insurance, and meet other requirements. Definitely something to consider before you start packing your bags. Reason number 2, language barrier. If you're planning on retiring to a country where you don't speak the language, you might run into some challenges. Not being able to communicate easily could make daily life harder, whether it's shopping for groceries, ordering food, or dealing with bureaucracy. While many expats learn the local language over time, it's something to consider, especially in countries where English isn't widely spoken. Reason number 3, cultural adjustment. Living abroad isn't always a vacation. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of how wonderful life will be, but the reality is that adjusting to a new culture can be tough. From different social norms to unfamiliar systems, the transition might be harder than you expect. Some retirees find themselves feeling homesick or isolated, especially if they're far away from family and friends. Reason number 4, currency exchange and inflation. While, many countries have a lower cost of living, the exchange rate could affect how far your money actually goes. Also, some countries may experience inflation or economic instability, which could lead to rising costs over time. This could eat into your retirement savings, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Reason number 5, healthcare system differences. While healthcare abroad can be cheaper, it may not always be up to the standard you're used to in the US. In some countries, the quality of care may vary, and in rural areas, you might find that medical facilities are not as advanced as what you have at home. Plus, navigating foreign healthcare systems can sometimes be confusing and, even a bit stressful. So now that we've covered the pros and cons, let's get down to the real question: should you retire outside of the US? Ultimately, the decision to retire abroad depends on your personal situation. If you're someone who craves adventure, wants to reduce living costs, and doesn't mind dealing with a few hurdles like visas and cultural adjustments, retiring abroad could be the right choice for you. But if you're more comfortable with the familiar systems in the US, want to stay close to family, and are concerned about navigating new healthcare or financial systems, staying put might make more sense. Everyone's retirement dream looks different, whether it's a beach in Thailand or a quiet suburban town in the US. The key is to do your research, talk to other expats who've made the move, and make a plan that works for you. Just remember, retirement should be all about living your best life, so wherever you choose to spend it, make sure it's somewhere you can thrive. Thanks for sticking with me through this entire breakdown of retiring outside the US and all the pros and cons. If this video helped you out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome retirement tips, and definitely share this video with a friend or family member who's been dreaming about retiring abroad. They'll thank you for it. Until next time, happy planning, and may your retirement dreams come true, wherever they might take you.